Hey guys, so today we are going to be doing one of these Twitter response videos, and the topic of this one is going to be basically me asking you guys, what would you change about the format of Legends All-Star banners to sort of make them on par or on par with the LF Step Up banners, but also just to a point where you feel comfortable summoning on the banners? Because right now, as it stands, I would say the format is so bad that there's really no reason to summon at all unless you have like your favorite character of all time featured on them or something like that. So yeah, let's just see here what people said, and I'll give my thoughts and opinions on the responses here. So basically, again, my question: what are your thoughts on the current state of Legends All-Star banners, and what changes would you make to personally improve them? So I'm going to go down the list here. I have quite a few responses. Let me just quickly tell you guys how many responses I have. There's 1,159 responses as of me recording this, so I'll hopefully get through at least a few of these. So, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at what people said here. So let me make this a little bigger so you guys can see. All right, that should be good. The rates of pulling just the new units could be slightly increased, or more Z power can be attached to just the new units. I like how they've started adding the units of previous All-Star banners into the next one. Anything that helps getting more stars on these units pronto, yeah. So obviously the comparison to make here is you're talking about a banner, the Legends All-Star format, that has 10% sparking rates, and you're getting 600 Z power per pull. Now you're comparing that to the LF Step Up format, right, where you're getting 20% sparking rates, and you're getting 1200 Z power per pull. That's not the only difference, right? I think when you compare the Legends All-Star format versus the Step Up format, most of the time you're pulling way better characters from the Step Up banners, right? Especially when you take a look at the like the new characters. Mecha Frieza and Goku Black are definitely solid, but they're not on the level of like LF Trunks that just came out. They're not on the level of Dragon Fist Goku. They're not on the level of UI Goku, right? The androids, all these most recent LF characters are towering over these All-Star banner characters. So think this is the best way I could sort of put this into perspective for you guys. You have double the pull rates and double the Z power for better characters on the LF banners. Why would you ever summon on the All-Star banners? It actually makes no sense. Now, the incentive that they sort of put in place to summon for the All-Star banners is because they have these missions, right? So what happens is you pull a copy of each of the new sparking characters. So let's just say you pull a new copy of the Mecha Frieza. What you can do is you can pay 2,000 crystals to unlock a set of missions, and those missions, I believe it's 1,200 Z power for the specific character, and then you also get 500 Z power for that character's element for sparking. So Mecha Frieza is purple. You would get 1,200 Z power for him specifically through the missions, plus 500 Z power for sparking purple characters. So essentially, you can pump him up with 1,700 additional Z power for 2,000 crystals, which is a very good deal. But there is no way you can sit there and tell me that those missions equate to and make up for the difference between the two banner formats. No, there is not even a sliver of a chance. Like, it's not even close. I think at this point, what they should probably do is they should probably just make those missions free. I don't really see a reason why they should have... I don't really know if they should charge you for those missions. 2,000 crystals is really not that much considering what you're getting from the missions, but you have to actually pull on the banner, and then you actually have to pull the character to unlock the missions. So it's kind of not going to make up for the lack of value out of the format, I don't think. Current state of All-Star banners are trash. Legends should go back to this format and reduce the amount on total sparkings on the banner like it used to be before. I think it should switch back to the 999 Z power format while keeping the Z power missions. Yeah, that could be a fair take. I think one thing I do, yeah, this guy actually brings up a good point for the amount of sparkings in the banner, but even more so than the amount of sparkings. If we go to the actual banner here, let me pull it up, go to summons and Legends All-Star banner 15. So let's take a look at the actual rates here real quick, so we can sort of break this down. So the new Goku Black and the new Frieza have, 1% rates, which is very good. It's, much easier, I would say, to pull these characters than it is to pull like a new LF. Like for Trunks, let's just compare. Pull up Trunks' banner. Trunks has a 0.5% rate. Let me pull him up here. So Trunks has a 0.5% rate, but don't forget, you're getting summon coins, you're getting steps, you get free multis, right? I think him having a 0.5% rate, like, I guess a better way to equate this is without even considering the step ups and the summon coins, you're getting 600 Z power at a 1% rate, whereas for Trunks you're getting you're getting 1200 Z power at a 0.5% rate. So basically, you're getting the same amount of Z power on average for both of these characters. If you pull, let's say you sink 1,000 crystals, or not 1,000, I don't know, 50,000 crystals or 100,000 crystals on this banner and 100,000 crystals on this banner. Odds are you will probably end up pulling the same. You will no. What's the best way to say it? You'll probably equate. You'll end up with an equivalent starred Trunks as you would with a new Frieza or Goku Black on this banner, because of the way that, you know, the rates and the amount of Z power you're getting works out, I think, across these two banners. But that's not even counting this, right? This is just way better. Plus, there's just better characters here. So I don't know. It's very not thought out well. And the main point I wanted to bring up even was because if you take a look at the Legends All-Star banners, yeah, they have the, you know, sort of newer All-Star characters featured on here, but when you look at the rates, like, they're all the same. You have the same exact chance of pulling Red Buhan as you do of pulling Yellow Pikkon, right? The same exact pull rate, 0.0424% for Pikkon, and then 0.042, you know, say literally, this is rounding, 0.0423% chance to pull Red Buhan. So your chances do not change between these two, you know, featured units. So there's really no quote unquote featured characters here, because yeah, you can list Buhan under the featured characters sort of like header, right? But you're not like actually getting a different rate to pull these characters as you are with any other sparking. It's literally just every character that's not the new characters have the exact same pull rate across the banner, which is stupid. I think a way they can definitely increase the I guess attractiveness of pulling on these types of banners is if you actually feature like Angel Golden Frieza, Purple Whis, Blue Tien, Blue Beerus, Green Goku, Revival Frieza, and make their rates like legitimately, like logically higher. So for example, the Mecha Frieza and Goku Black having a 1% chance to be pulled, and then Revival Frieza, I don't know, give him like a 0.2% rate or something, 0.3. At least better than 0.04. This is so bad, right? You want to be able to have a higher chance to pull better characters. That's just at the end of the day what they should be doing, I think, to as a first step to make this a better format here. I personally don't like Legends All-Star banners right now, and I can't pull the characters that is on the banner. I like, let's increase the pull rate, but the characters, the odds of getting the new characters are so small because of how much characters are packed inside the banner. Yeah, it's sort of the same point I just talked about. There's just all these characters, everything below Mecha Frieza. So with Tien, again, going all the way down. I mean, you guys can see visually how many sparkings are on this banner. Look at this. It keeps going. It's still going. All the way down here. Every single one of these characters has the same exact pull rate, literally. It just doesn't make sense. So it's really not logical for you to be you know, deciding whether or not you want to summon on this banner, because you look at the list of sparking characters and it's like, oh, you know, Purple Whis. Maybe I want to build a red purple team with the androids who I Goku and Whis, and the only character I'm missing is Whis. Therefore, I want to summon on this banner. That is like the worst decision you could make, because look at his rate. Like, you realistically do not have a better chance of pulling Whis than you do of any other character on this banner. So I think you could go as far as to say that the fact that they have this character listed under the featured list is kind of misleading, right? Because it's, again, the rate is the same. So it's kind of stupid. All-Star banners right now aren't worth it for most players, but contain some useful units. Main problems are that there's too many units in the pool of the banner, meaning most of the time you spend lots of CC just to get a 2-star sparking unit with low stats. Reel it in a bit with the banner pool. The older units on them are Masters Pack banners. They don't need to be on there. First time pull, freebie Z power 4 stars, new multi Z power All-Star units only from missions unlocking by having both units total of 1200 Z power. A new type of Z power for All-Star units only. I actually never thought about that. That could be interesting. First time pull freebie Z power. So you're saying like the first time you pull a character off of the All-Star banner, they would get, you're saying 4 stars. So I don't know what that would be, like 2000 Z power. You get the 4 stars in the character, I think is what that would be, or something like that. That could be really good. It would at least incentivize you to get one of the new characters. And then once you do that, why don't they go ahead and make the missions free, right? And then if you could just unlock the missions and then get another 1200 Z power plus the extra sparking Z power for the colors of the characters. That would be a really good system, I think. Because as it stands right now, I will tell you guys this. I have fought a grand total of 1 Red Buhan since he came out. This guy released, I think it was right after the anniversary ended. Let me just see. Go back and pull up the banner list here. When did that banner come out? I think it was it July 31st or something like that? It's probably something like that. Legends also, no, it was 14, I think was the... Yeah, here we go. Legends also, I think it was July 31st. Yeah, July. So basically, since July 31st, for over a full month, I have fought 1 Red Buhan ever. In the ridiculous amount of matches I play to record, to just off camera playing around, I fought 1 of this character. That's how little people are summoning on this banner, on these banner formats. I've actually fought a decent amount of Mecha Friezas, but I think it's just because Mecha Frieza actually has a team that's not been neglected for like 2 years. So, yeah, the bottom line is nobody's summoning on these banners, and I think, you know, this could be a cool change, making a first time like sort of like bonus for pulling a copy. You get 4 stars, then you get the missions, and I think making the missions free is a good incentive as well. I feel like more incentive is needed, if that is in the form of adding a recent Legends Limited unit in terms of currently maybe adding Legends Limited androids to the banner since they normally would come back much later, or a different style of step up unique to normal step ups or whatever they may be. So you're saying like make them a step up format. Yeah, again, I think step up formats are just like superior in all respects, right? We can remove this now. Again, the summon coin mechanic being on the step up banners is definitely a major plus, right? Even if you don't opt to grab the free Z power, you can get the tickets, right? And the tickets, I have pulled a lot of Legends Limited characters off of the tickets. The tickets are actually really, I think, underrated. But again, you have the option of getting just Z power for the character from there. You can get Legends Limited Z power from there, and then I think the steps, just, you know, sort of building up to getting you free multis is just like the amount of free multis you get by summoning a lot on these banners is. It's pretty dumb. Like I feel like I don't want to say this too many times in this video, but the format of like this banner versus this banner, it is like night and day. Like I don't want to call you stupid for summoning on this banner as opposed to this banner, but like it's actually just like unfathomably worse. This is so much worse than this. It's actually ridiculous. All right, what's next? Similar to Grand Cross, All-Star and Solo LF banners should have a pity system. I feel like this would be a great route for the game and would make players rest assured that they would not be able to get unit guaranteed on that. They will be able to get the unit guaranteed on pity. Yeah, so the Legends Limited banners do have that already. The summon coin mechanic, which I talked about already. So you can use these. I believe it's 50 coins to get 1 copy guaranteed. I have never needed to go that far to get my first copy of each of these Legends Limited characters, but the option is there. So if you get like if you get like legendarily shafted on this banner, and you don't pull a single copy of this Trunks by the time you've amassed 50 of these coins, then you can definitely go ahead and pull or guaranteed buy a copy of him from the shop, right? So that's always an option there for the Legends Limited banners. The All-Star banners don't have that. I have definitely had streaks in the past where I've gone like 30,000 crystals and not pulled a single copy of either the new free unit on these banners, on the All-Star banners. So I think having some kind of additional perk where you maybe... I remember one time back in the day, this was back when the Ultra Space Time banner format still existed, they were experimenting with a thing where every multi got you, I think it was 30 Z power of one of the new characters. So back then, I think the normal format was 2 Sparkings and 2 EXs would release on these banners. So what would happen was you would do a multi, and every multi would give you 30 Z power for one of the 4 new characters, either one of the 2 new EXs or one of the 2 new Sparkings. And at the very least, like, that was something you were getting guaranteed every single multi. So that wasn't like a horrible format, but I think, again, when you compare what you're getting on this banner, which is currently nothing, you're actually getting nothing. No perks for summoning on this. As opposed to this, it's just like, there's no reason to summon on this. It's just garbage. Really, there are two things they could do. Personally, I don't think that they will put double rates or 1200 Z power because they're gonna keep it for the LF. I agree with that. I think that that currently the LF banner format has established that sort of like the double Z power and the double rates. That's like the identity of the LF step up banners. I don't think they're gonna sort of move that move those perks and move those over to the All-Star banner. I think they'll keep those unique to the LF step-ups, but if they do that, then that means that the All-Star banners need to have their own identity somehow, and I don't think that their identity being just the missions is good enough. So they should bring back the 999 Z power for new units, or option 2 is get completely rid of All-Star banners and put the new units in the LF banners. Now, I don't know if no new banner per month is a good thing. Yeah, so here's the thing, right? This is another good point that I'm glad this guy mentioned because I wanted to talk about this as well. So this has basically been going on for a full year at this point. I don't know if I can pull this up in time because this is going to require a bunch of me scrolling back a lot. Let me just try and do this. If we go back to August of 2021, this was really the first time when they started to do this, where they started making these 1 unit Legends Limited banners. But not only that, okay, yeah, actually we did make it back here. Where is this? Where's the Evolution Blue Vegeta banner? If I could find this, the perfect being, let's sell. Where's the, it was like Time to Evolve or something like that was what it was called. Let me see. Actually, oh, here we go, the Time to Evolve. This is it. So this is the Evolution Blue Vegeta banner. This banner, I guess, came out on the 18th of August and of 2021. So basically a full year of doing this. This banner featured the new LF character, Evolution Blue Vegeta, and it had a new EX Jiren. And that was really all you got as the new characters on this banner. Then what they did is the next banner that released was Legends All-Star Volume 8. Was it? No, it was Volume 9, sorry. Legends All-Star Volume 9, which featured God of Destruction Toppo and then Kale and Caulifla. Obviously, God of Destruction Toppo would have fit much better alongside Evolution Blue Vegeta on his own step-up. And that's really what they've been doing since this banner release. They've sort of been taking the side, sort of, quote-unquote 1% sparking characters that should have been included alongside the LF on their banner, but they've been splitting them off and creating separate banners from those characters. And that's really what we've been doing for a long time with these Legends All-Star banners. That's not something that I see them stopping. Okay, let's go ahead and see what they've done for the rest of these. So again, we have Evolution Blue Vegeta. God Toppo is the All-Star character. Next, we have Grade 8 Vegeta, right? And then for the All-Star banner, we have Nappa and Kid Gohan revival with Piccolo, right? That's, again, a character that these characters should, at least Nappa, should have been on the Grade 8 Vegeta banner. What's next? This kind of didn't really relate, but it was Cell and then Goku and Piccolo from the Cooler movie. That's kind of just like its own thing. And then we had a little bit of a break from All-Star banners because of Legends Festival. Then we had sort of a different one, I guess, as well. Full Power Jiren was the LF, and then we had Goku, Kaioken Goku and Revival Frieza. And then I think, what do we have next? The androids. And then I think we didn't have another All-Star banner for a while. Let me see. Yeah, because of the anniversary. But this sort of mindset that they've had was, yeah, I mean, sort of similar thing happened with the anniversary too, because we had Ultra Super Vegito, and then we had the All-Star banner with Buhan. Right? Buhan could have easily been on that banner, but they decided to make a separate banner with Buhan on it. Then we had Trunks, LF Trunks, and now we have Mecha Frieza as the All-Star character. So this is a very obviously common thing that they've been trying to do for, again, a full year now, where instead of taking Toppo and putting him on the Evolution Blue Vegeta banner, or taking Mecha Frieza and putting him on the LF Trunks banner, they're splitting them off and creating separate banners because it's, I guess they think it would be too generous to put God Toppo on this banner. Because what that would mean is they would have to create another character for this banner. Because God of Destruction Toppo obviously fits with Vegeta. But then if you remove God of Destruction Toppo, you're going to think of another character to put on here next to Kale and Caulifla. Because Kale and Caulifla is not going to carry this by themselves. No. You can't make a one new sparking character banner with Kel and Caulifla on it and expect people to summon. So I guess it comes down to two things. One is they think that putting a side sparking character on an LF banner with the LF character would be too generous. Or number two, they just don't have the development resources or capabilities to create that one additional character per All-Star banner to sort of move one of these off onto the LF banner, which is kind of concerning if that's the case. But yeah, that's definitely a pattern that we've been seeing recently where they have been visibly and, you know, clearly shafting the Legends Limited lineup, well, the lineup of sparking characters on the Legends Limited banners, and shifting what should have been on that banner to a separate banner. They're basically selling, they're basically trying to sell us those characters on a separate banner just to make more money. At the end of the day, that's what it is, which is stupid. They're basically nickel and diming us is what's happening here. Honestly, I'd just get rid of the All-Star banners altogether. I really just want Legends to make guaranteed sparking pulls to be permanent for any summon. I hate going through 3 multis on a step up only to get 1 sparking from 3 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I guess that is the other thing to mention is that for the All-Star banners, they do technically give guaranteed sparkings as the final unit that you pull on the banner, which is fine. But again, having a guaranteed sparking per multi compared to just a straight up 20% increased rate, and then 1200 Z power per sparking that you pull, it's not even like the free sparking is not even like a consideration. Like I do not care at all but the free sparking, when I would rather just have double rates, double Z power. It's like not even close. Just double the amount of Z power, make it 3 times, so even if we pull 1 or 2 couples, it will be okay. I mean, yeah, that's ideally what they would do, but I think they want to have the Legends Limited banners keep their identity of having that, so I don't know if they're going to just copy the same format. I would just make the All-Star missions free. Yes, I do think that's a good first step, but that's not, like, that wouldn't just magically fix the issues. Having them have to be unlocked is just dumb. Also include the old All-Stars on it rather than just random 4-year-old characters. Yeah, so I think step 1, right? Step 1 to making these banners at least somewhat bearable is to make the missions for the Z Power free. So they should no longer cost 2,000 crystals, because that's stupid. Make them free, and then after you've done that, I think a better way to go about actually formatting and structuring the banner itself is to give more recent Legends or more recent All-Star characters like Tien, Red Buhan, Golden Frieza, Whis, have them have a increased rate. Make them actually featured. Don't give them this garbage rate. Like, why would I want Frieza to have the same pull rate as Blue Lord Slug, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why even have him featured in the first place? That's going to be the case. So keep these guys at a 1% rate. Give like the, I don't know, 5 most recent All-Star characters a 0.3 or 0.4% pull rate. It would actually be a 10 times better rate than I have right now. And then that would at least give players a chance to pull some of these newer characters that they obviously would need. So that's, I think, the first thing to do. Free missions, change the structure of the featured characters in these banners. That would be a good first step, I think. But even with that, I still wouldn't even call this banner even close to how good the LF banners are. The only thing I hate about All-Star banners are the fact that it takes away the 1% sparkings from LF banners. Yeah, okay, we talked about that already. I don't remember when this started happening, but I really, with Evolution Blue Vegeta, yeah, and how God Topo and Caulifla Assist came out and they could have been featured on the banner. Yeah, again, we mentioned this, and I don't really see them stopping that anytime soon, just because it's been over a year of them doing it. But I think it's dumb as well, right? You come out with a banner with Evolution Blue Vegeta, you expect God of Destruction Topo to be on there with him, not for him to be sold separately, you know, on a separate banner. This is going to be a completely unrelated topic, but this kind of reminds me of I don't know how many of you guys follow like the world of Dragon Ball figures, but there's a Gamma 1 and 2. I think this is how it works. I'm not actually 100% sure of how this works, but the SH Figuarts company came out with a bunch of superhero figures. I think what ended up happening is for the Gamma 1 and 2 figures, they ended up putting like extra swappable faces for a Gohan figure in the Gamma 1 and 2 figure like boxes. So you basically had to buy the Gamma 1 and 2 figures to get the extra parts for a Gohan figure. So it's like they're trying to coerce you into buying the completely unrelated, figure to get parts for a completely other unrelated figure. So I feel like it's kind of similar to what's happening in Legends, because like these characters should be on the banner. They're from the same part of the story. They're the characters they fought against. Like, what? Why? God of Destruction Toppo should be with Evolution Blue Vegeta. Mecha Frieza should be with the Legends Limited green Trunks. Buhan should be with Super Vegito. Like, I don't know. It just feels very intentional. It feels very intentionally scummy for them to do that. I feel like it would be nice if it could have steps, but cheaper since they're available for so long, and I have no issues with them for now. Yeah, I mean, I guess something else you could mention, but I don't really think it's that big of a deal, is you have, like, this banner, the All-Star banner, this is up until November 30th. This is... this is 3 full months of this banner being up, which means you can do 3 full months of discounted singles. You could do... So what is that? Basically, like, I'm just going to assume it's like 90 single summons of 20 crystals each, which is a decent value there, right? So that's, I guess, an additional perk on this banner, but I wouldn't really attribute that to, like, potentially rivaling this banner, because no. These banners are so bad. I remember when we were able to buy guaranteed new sparking tickets. Yeah, that was way back. But now at least they should make 3 guaranteed sparkings at least, like they do on some bait banners, and they should do a pity system for them with the useless red tickets. Yeah, so I think during the anniversary they had a banner where you got like 3 guaranteed sparkings per multi. I feel like even if they did that for this banner, it would still be worse than this. Even like a triple guaranteed sparking pull, like per multi on this banner, would still be worse than this. That's how bad this is. It's actually ridiculous. All right, we'll do a few more. Only thing they can do is give steps. Every 1,000 crystals used to summon new now guarantees sparking, so using that as the staple behind the 2,000 for missions. They eventually pop into LF banners as well. There's not really anything they can do to justify for free to play people to summon. Yeah, I agree. If you're free to play, there is literally no reason for you to summon on those banners at all. No, none at all. Right now, the problem with All-Star banners are that the pull rates and the units themselves are not relatively good. You're wasting your crystals on pulling a 2-star character, plus the units themselves aren't even that great, except for Revival Frieza and Golden Angel Frieza. Yeah, the crazy thing about these All-Star banners is that they have like 2 staple LOE characters that were exclusively on these banners. Right? We had Angel Golden Frieza, we had Revival Frieza, and now we have Mecha Frieza. I don't think I'd put him in the same category as Golden Frieza and Revival Frieza. I think these characters are a little bit better than Mecha Frieza is, but Mecha Frieza is still really good. Mecha Frieza with the lock-in can do a lot of work for LOE. The only problem with doing all this is, number one, these All-Star characters don't have ultimates, right? You take a look at all the All-Star characters we've gotten. Actually, Kaioken Goku is really the only one that has it. And I guess Piccolo does too, and this Goku. But since then, since we've gotten these banners, right, Whis doesn't have an ultimate, Golden Frieza doesn't have an ultimate, Buhan doesn't have one, Tien doesn't have one, Goku Black doesn't have one, Frieza doesn't have one. So for whatever reason, they just stopped giving All-Star characters ultimates. So right now, the core of LOE, like all 3 units on here, I mean, you could interchange the LF Full Power Frieza. He's definitely still runnable on that team, but every other like main LOE character doesn't have an ultimate, which is actually a big deal. I think ultimates are really important for a team being good. So you have like all 3 of these units don't have ultimates, right? And just the other abilities that come with that. So I think you could also make the argument, and I think I've mentioned this before, that because of LOE sort of relying on all these new All-Star specific characters to create the core of the team, you could argue that LOE is the most expensive team in the game. I mean, let's take a look at the actual lineup here. So we go to LOE. I would say that Golden Frieza, Angel Golden Frieza over here, and Revival Frieza, who is down here. These 2 are basically must-use characters? Must-use characters right now. And then the problem with LoE right now is they don't have a single viable red character. I mean, people are like, oh, what about this guy? This guy sucks. Sorry. At this point, he's completely been powercraft. He's aged out of the game. No, he's bad. So what you probably have to do if you want to be at least semi-competitive with the team is you're going to have to leader slot in a red character. Obviously, the number one choice is probably just going to be the androids because they fit the best on the team. But I mean, because it's the leader slot, you can technically throw in like UI Goku if you wanted. Other than that, there's not really that many good reds here, I guess. But yeah, I think the androids are probably who you would want to include on your team, because the main thing you're trying to counter with the red character is Super Vegito, right? And then they obviously nullify endurance, so they're the number one choice you want to include there. So I think the number one lineup you'd want to use for LoE is androids, green Golden Frieza, and the blue Revival Frieza, right? So that's what you're looking at right now for LoE. But it's just unfortunate that like the two staple LoE characters right now were both specifically tied to All-Star banners, because the banner format just sucks so badly. All right, we'll do like one or two more. Personally, I think they should remove them, include those on LF banners as 1% sparkings. Yeah, but then again, like they have to come up. Then I mean, sure, right? I'll give you that, yes. But then they would have to create a whole new banner format, right? Because they're not just only gonna do LF banners. I don't think. Banners suck. Barely any content in the game. Day one player, and I remember how much I would grind back then, and now there's nothing to do. Whatever we have isn't even fun. Reverting to free-to-player to lead in the game. I'm disappointed in the way that they're approaching things. Sad. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if like all of that is a direct reflection of the All-Star banner format itself, but I think that like when an All-Star banner comes out, it's kind of just a little bit disappointing, because if you don't care about the two new characters, like there's literally nothing going on in the game at all. Because you're not really running into these units in PvP. I've actually ran into like 4 or 5 people trying out Mecha Frieza, but I've maybe fought one Goku Black so far. It's just really, it doesn't really change much for the game, right? And again, this goes back to the main issue that I was talking about, well, that I have been talking about for a while, which is that these characters are not matching up to the top 5 units in the game. And because of that, they're just not going to be used. Simple. All right, last one. Personally, I just do the dailies and hope I get them from that, unless there is something I want from them. I summoned on the Oob and Super Saiyan 3 Goku one since I used GT to fix them. Just give them triple Z power and increase the sparking rate, so it's worth summoning on them. Yeah, again, that's sort of like just copying what we have for the LF step-ups. But yeah, I think if you're a free-to-play player, or even if you're just like a light spending player, doing the dailies single every day for the duration of the banner is probably at most what you should be doing for these banners, just because it's just actually so bad. It's actually mind-boggling to me that they have not changed the format on this. I think they just aren't like, I don't know. They just don't understand how bad this is. Like, do they not understand that this is like a legitimately 1 out of 10 banner format? Like, they know how good this is, right? They know how incentivized people are to summon on this, right? And then you look at this and it's like, what, dude? Like, at least on this banner, you have a chance to pull, if you scroll down, I think it's on the bottom. Yeah, I mean, this Trunks is on here, right? Revival Gohan is on here. Future Gohan is on here. All these characters, this guy just got a Zenkai. He's much better now. Like, these are good characters. On this banner, you have this. Like, come on. I think it's time for them to wake up and understand that this banner's format is just actually terrible. But if you guys have any additional comments you want to let me know of down below that we haven't spoken about yet, let me know. How would you guys personally fix these banners? I just think it's so bad. Like, this has been the same format this banner has had since pretty much for the past 2 years. They introduced the All-Star format back when Kid Trunks and Goten released, like post 2nd anniversary, and they just haven't touched it once. They haven't changed a single thing about this. Legends Limited step-ups used to have so new Legends Limited characters back when the All-Star banner format first came out. You know how much this format has evolved in the past 2 years? The new Legends Limited character used to have a 0.25% rate. That's since been up to 0.5%. We didn't used to have summon coins. They've increased, obviously, given us summon coins here. And then on top of that, we have double rates and double Z power. Like, the format of LF step-ups is infinitely better than it was 2 years ago, whereas this has not changed at all. So I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you all in the next one.